Guys, Willie here with W.T.F Car Reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Honda Accord Sport Hybrid.
And a big thanks to Jackson at Love Honda in Homosassa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Homosassa, Crystal River, Weeki Wachee area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Jackson.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Accord has been a top-selling sedan in Honda's lineup since 1976. Throughout its history, the Accord has been available as a 4-door sedan, 3-door hatchback, a 5-door station wagon, and a 2-door coupe. The 4-door sedan, however, is the only one to stick around the entire time since 1976, all the way to the fully redesigned 11th generation that you see here. The new Accord is longer, wider, more spacious, and equipped with better tech. Unfortunately, Honda ditched the 2-liter turbo from last year's Sport and Touring trims. There are 6 trim levels for 2023. The starting 2 come equipped with Honda's 1.5-liter turbo, and everything above that gets a hybrid system. We start with the LX at $27,295, of course coming equipped with the 1.5-liter turbo, cranking out 192 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque, estimated around 29 city, 37 highway MPGs. The LX gets a standard 10.2-inch digital gauge display, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a 7-inch touchscreen, and Honda Sensing. You can upgrade to the EX at $29,610. Now we get a moonroof, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and heated seats. Everything above the EX are all hybrid trims, starting with the Sport Hybrid that you see here at a base price of $31,895. The hybrid here cranks out 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque. You can get between 41 to 46 MPGs, about 44 combined. The Sport Hybrid gets standard 19-inch rims, a 12.3-inch touchscreen, wireless, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto too. You can upgrade to the EXL Hybrid for $33,540 for the base price. Here we get leather seats, parking sensors, and a memory driver's seat too, plus heated side mirrors. The Sport L Hybrid is only a couple $100 more at $33,875. Now we get black 19-inch rims, black spoiler, and diffuser. The top trim for the 2023 Accord is the Touring Hybrid. Here we get Google built in, a heads-up display, and a Bose premium sound system, plus wireless charging. But here we have the Sport Hybrid with a base price of $31,895. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, fully redesigned styling. We get the full LED headlights with the LED daytime running strip right up top. It's not actually flickering in real life, that's just the way the camera picks it up. I've heard a lot of mixed opinions of the styling of the 2023 Accord, but personally I really don't mind it. It kind of reminds me of an Acura TLX. I like the black grille, and the Honda badge houses your Honda Sensing. We don't have front parking sensing on the Sport Hybrid. This is actually just the entry-level hybrid for the Accord with a base price under $32,000. The wheel and tire setup, we get these black and silver contrasted 19-inch rims wrapped in Goodyear Eagle Touring all-season tires, dimensions being 235/40 R19. A little bit of plastic trim for the rocker panel side skirt area, but no plastic trim surrounding the wheel well, which makes it look a little bit more of a premium sedan. Blacked out mirror caps, smart access for the driver and the front passenger, black trim for the bottom part of the window trim with a little bit of shiny chrome up top. Hopefully you can pick up the moonroof that we get available for the Sport, black shark fin style antenna too. I'll take a step back, hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile of the 2023 Accord Sport Hybrid. The side profile kind of reminds me of the previous Accord. I see a little Tesla Model S styling. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. You guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features for the 2023 Accord Sport Hybrid. Again, $31,895 for the base price. The only option here is the Still Night Pearl Metallic. Hopefully you can pick up that metallic in this Florida sun. It's an absolutely beautiful color, especially with the black accents that we get here on the Sport. But again, pause, take a look at all the standard features, 44 combined MPGs, 46 city, 41 on the highway. After about an $1,100 destination charge, we're sitting at $33,445. Continuing along, we get a push-to-open gas cap, easy fill. You can throw 87 octane fuel for this 2-liter engine, out rear full LED taillights, and this is what I mean by the Tesla Model S design right here from this angle. Let me know what you guys think. Personally, I actually really like the updated rear styling. I like that light strip, how it runs all the way through the center, a Accord badge on the left side, hybrid Sport on the right, black deck lid spoiler too, and an LED third brake light. We'll take a squat back here, get a good look at the exhaust tip, fire up this 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, see if we can rev it up, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, unfortunately we can't rev up this hybrid setup, but hopefully you picked up the sound of that little takeoff clip But here you have it, the 2-liter hybrid setup cranking out 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this new Accord to 60 around 6.5 seconds, about half a second, maybe a second quicker than the regular 1.5-liter turbo setup, estimated at 46 mpgs in the city, 41 on the highway. But what you see is basically what we get. We can shut this hood right down, take one more step back, get a good look at the front styling, take a step to the side, check out the side profile. As far as the interior, let's take a step inside and see what we got. Again, smart access for the driver and the front passenger, blind spot monitoring on the glass. Glass fills up just about the entire frame. Taking a step inside, we'll turn these headlights back to auto so it's not beeping at me. But up top, we get soft touch materials. The center portion is a leatherette trim, leather armrest, 2 auto one touch up front, 4-way adjustable mirrors, lock and unlock, and an aluminum door handle. 1 out of your 8 speakers. We don't get the Bose here in the Sport Touring, but it's better than the standard 4-speaker system you get on the LX. Down below, solid storage. You may be able to squeeze a foot-long in there and a 20-ounce water bottle to wash it down. No nameplate, unfortunately, but not a big deal. The seats are cloth, but pretty well supportive, and they're pretty comfortable, soft cloth seats. Fully adjustable. You have lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. But first thing we notice is the steering wheel, just like the new Civic and CR-V, pretty thick, solid 10-2 bolstering notch, and a 9-3 fits really well in your hands. Big thumbs up to Honda for their steering wheels lately. The horn area is rubberized, the horn itself, pretty aggressive. People should definitely be getting out of your way. We'll do a window check. I don't think we get dual panes, we do not, but it's a pretty thick single pane of glass. On the left side of the steering wheel, volume and skip controls, voice commands, and these adjustments to the left adjust the left side of your infotainment display. You can customize the display, Alexa, smartphone, Bluetooth, USB, AM, and FM phone. Press this back button and it returns right back to where we were. We get paddle shifters in the steering wheel. They don't control the transmission. This is an eCVT, but they do control the regenerative braking, which we'll check out once we take this car out for a drive. On the right side, radar cruise control, active steering, and the adjustments for the cruise control are right here. The stocks, very satisfying click, auto headlamps. We don't get auto rain sensing wipers, but the intermittent stock right there in the center. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have an air vent with some soft touch materials above it. The entire dashboard is soft touch. Beneath that, we have a button to open up the trunk and a latch to open up the hood. Hopefully you can get a good look at your aluminum pedals that we get for the Sport. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Continuing along, we have a 12.3-inch touchscreen here for the Sport Hybrid. It's a big upgrade compared to the 7-inch. It's a big upgrade compared to the 9-inch we get on the new Pilot. Anyway though, we have phone, FM, Bluetooth audio, smartphone projection, PowerFlow, trip computer, Alexa, and USB. You can check out this PowerFlow screen. You see the current drive and the current range. Hopefully we have enough for this review. Should be enough, 40 miles. I probably won't even drive more than like 2 or 3. Anyway though, we have Alexa, USB, vehicle settings, general settings, profile, AM system. You guys can pause, take a look at everything that comes available. Compass, I don't believe we have navigation here as a standard feature on the Sport Hybrid. We can see everything else that we do. Yeah, my personal favorite to look at all times would probably just be this Power Flow. So we'll leave it here. Beneath that, volume adjustments. No hard button for the skip, at least not in the center stack. I'm sure there's a way to skip the song through the touchscreen, but from the center stack, simply not available. On the right side, you can also see the compass at all times, clock at all times. I'd probably leave it at the clock at all times, my personal favorite. Beneath that, very Civic-esque for the air vent style. Honda's been doing this whole layout for the straight design for their air vents, and it looks pretty cool. I like the adjustments, very high quality feel, good resistance. It does not feel cheap or flimsy. Hazards in the center, dual zone automatic climate control. I don't see any heated seats, which is kind of strange considering the EX, which is cheaper than this trim, has heated seats, but we don't get it on the higher trim Sport Hybrid. Anyway, still dual zone climate control, a little bit of leather trim down for the bottom part of the dashboard, 2 USB-C ports, a little bit of storage. We don't get the wireless charging pad here on the Sport Hybrid either. Gear selector controls the eCVT transmission. We can take a quick look at the backup camera. Decent resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory. We have 3 different views. We have a narrower view or an over-the-top trailer hitch view. This is nice in the city if you're parallel parking. You don't want to touch the bumper from the car behind you. Anyway, throwing it right back into park, it returns us right back to the home screen. And when you put the car into reverse, it gives you like a nice hum, like an angelic hum. The reason they do that is so people that are behind you, if you're backing up, they can hear the vehicles on and moving towards them, because otherwise the EV just simply would not make any noise. So it's nice they added that, kind of like a school bus when it's like beeping at you. Speaking of school bus, right over there, got a little storage parking lot. But anyway, continuing along, we have 2 cup holders. Interesting shape. I've never seen a cup this shape. It's like a octagon, and these pushy things to keep the drinks in place. Pass through, good spot for a phone. drive mode selector. The drive modes include individual, sport, normal, and econ. We'll start the review off in normal, transition to sport, and just see what the differences are. Electronic parking brake with brake hold and E mode. You press this E button and it sends you into full EV mode, or you can have it in auto where it automatically alternates full EV. In the center though, one thing I'm noticing is check out that little Honda Accord badge. See how the brake lights are on? My foot is on the brake. I take my foot off the brake and the brake lights are no longer on. That's pretty cool. Nice. Continuing along though, we have hard plastic for our needle off and hit. The armrest is gushy soft leather or leatherette trim, high quality materials. And here, decent amount of space. I would expect you to fit probably a 12 pack of 12-ounce cans and an additional 12 volt in there too. The glove box, we can pull this latch. It's damped. Not the largest, I'd expect you to fit 10, maybe 15 license plates. And in this glove box, there's also a button for the trunk main on and off. Not quite sure what that does. Leave a comment in the comments section if you know. The rear view mirror, it's not auto dimming unfortunately, but it's relatively frameless. And to dim the mirror, you simply pull that flappy thing. The interior lights are LED. The visor is also lit. We can take a quick look at this moonroof. The glass goes underneath the roof itself, so it's not sticking out like a sore thumb. It opens up pretty far out too. See if it goes out any further, it does not. Pretty nice day today in Homosassa, Florida. It's pretty sunny, couple clouds in the sky, but it's like 75 degrees, so definitely can't complain, and it's barely windy at all. We can shut the moonroof right up. We'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin, but that's about it for the front seat of this all new 2023 Honda Accord Sport Hybrid. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So out back, up top, just like most of the other Hondas we've been reviewing on this channel, we have hard plastic up top, hard plastic in the center, pretty decently padded armrest, power window, two tiers of storage. You'll probably fit a foot long, but it'll have to be vertical. A 6-inch sub will probably fit a little bit better in this pocket. The legroom here looks absolutely absurdly impressive. The rear seats are still cloth. The padding though goes out all the way out to the door frame. Very couch-like seats. We'll unbutton the seatbelt, take a step inside, and I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least a foot of knee room, unlimited room for my feet. Headroom, the roof slopes pretty hard, so I only have like an inch, maybe 2 of headroom. But if you're under 6'5", 6'6", you'll be very comfortable in the back of the 2023 Accord. You get a mat pocket behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver, no air vents back here too. That has to be a thumbs down. Vehicle over 30,000 bucks, I would expect to see air vents in the back seat. I'm sure we have something going on underneath the front seats, but I would like air to actually blow into my face. The rear interior lights are also LED. Center cubby, there's no string, you gotta jab your hand into it, but it's pretty soft cloth. You'll probably fit 20-ounce water bottles in there with no problem. That's about it for the back seat, guys. Let's hop out into the cargo space real quick, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2023 Honda Accord Sport Hybrid out for a drive. The trunk electrically shoots open pretty aggressively too. The hinges will crush your cargo, so be careful loading up anything higher than this, but it's still an unbelievably spacious trunk. Look at the size of this opening. Just about the entire rear end of this vehicle is an opening for the trunk. The floor is massive. You'll fit a golf bag horizontally here. You'll definitely fit it vertically and diagonally too. Beneath the floor, we get some secret storage too. For most hybrids, you don't get secret storage because the bottom of the trunk is usually where you keep all the batteries, but not here for the Honda Accord. You get some secret storage down below and a very impressively low cargo floor. We can shut this trunk right down, take a step back, walk around this 2023 Accord Hybrid Sport one more time. I think it looks pretty good. The rear end looks beautiful in my opinion. The front end, it's very different compared to the previous model year, but I still like it. At the end of the day, you don't buy an Accord because of the way it looks. You buy it because of the efficiency and the practicality. As you guys saw, that back seat was really impressive, but honestly, I still think it looks pretty good while doing so. Performance-wise, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2023 Honda Accord Sport Hybrid. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, taking a step out here, we can see what this thing's got. Lean into it about halfway. Okay. Okay, it picks up well. We have simulated shifts, although this is an electronic CVT. It's pretty quiet in normal mode. We don't have that fake induction noise that we get in sport. We'll throw it in the sport, see what the differences are at some point. But in normal, it picks up speed well. Responsive gas pedal. But just cruising along at like almost highway speeds, it's a very quiet interior. We don't get the dual pane windows on the sport trim, you get it on the touring, but it's still very quiet. You don't really hear any wind noise. The road noise is quiet.
We'll see how it is over the bumps with these skinnier 45 sidewall tires, but should still be composed ride quality. Probably not as good as like an EX or EXL, but shouldn't be too much of a compromise here with the Sport. We mentioned the paddle shifters and what they do because it's a CVT transmission. They control the regenerative braking. The regenerative braking isn't always on, so right now we're not touching any brake pedal, no gas pedal, but you press this button and all of a sudden the vehicle just comes to a pretty aggressive slowdown. We're not even touching the brake pedal. The brake lights are on. You can see it on the emblem of the Accord, so the people behind you aren't going to just ram right into you when you press the button. But it's pretty impressive how you just press a button and the vehicle slows down so much. We're still not touching the brake pedal. We're going to come to a complete stop. Maybe not a complete stop, but basically a complete stop without even touching the brake. Taking a step out here. Some bumps. Yeah, the ride quality is fantastic, even with these skinnier tires. The only noise you really hear is that dealer plate in the back rattling around, but other than that, silent. Try a little acceleration on the gas. Damn, look at that plane. You guys hear what I mean about that fake induction noise in Sport? It doesn't sound bad, but it just doesn't. It also doesn't really sound like it belongs. The steering in Sport gets noticeably heavier. It feels sharp and direct. These new Honda cars that are steering, huge improvement compared to like 5-6 years ago when they were just laughably overly light. It's still pretty light steering, but you have much more feel through the wheel compared to before. We can try out this lane keep assist, active steering, see if it works. I'm gonna keep my hand on the wheel a little bit, but it works, but we're halfway out of the lane, so I wouldn't rely on it. It's still nice, a little emergency safety feature in case you do creep out of your lane, but yeah, definitely don't rely on it. Try one more time. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so I guess it picks and chooses when it works. I guess it likes the darker, solid yellow lines over the spottier ones, but overall, the safety features are pretty impressive here. We have radar cruise control, which we can also try out. Wow, this guy in front of us is making a left turn, and this radar cruise control is braking for us. That's impressive. Stepping on the gas right here, we'll try another little pull. Okay. Feels very strong. Obviously, it's not going to blow you away. It's not as strong as a 2-liter turbo from the outgoing models. I wish they kept a 2-liter turbo, maybe made a 2-liter turbo hybrid for the top trim, but that's neither here or there. I'm sure there's going to be a Type R or Type S model coming out shortly with a more aggressive engine. But for a mid-spec engine, this 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque, it's definitely enough, especially considering you're going to be getting over 40 mpgs combined, 46 in the city, 41 in the highway. Looks like we don't have anybody behind us. We can come to a complete stop, try an acceleration off the line, and then probably wrap things up. But off the line, on the gas, good torque. Still in Sport mode, so you hear that induction noise. Sounds all right, pulls all right. I like to drive the 1.5-liter turbo, see the difference in performance, but this definitely feels like it would be a little bit stronger, especially off the line. Through the turn, the steering feels good. Over the bump, the suspension stays very composed. Again, the only noise I really hear is that dealer plate out there, if you're wondering what that rattle is. And you can feel the steering assist intervening through the turn too, so personally I would rather keep it off. Overall, this is a nice car. I was expecting this to be an improvement compared to 2022, and from a driving dynamic standpoint, it's definitely an improvement. It puts the power down better, the steering feels better, the interior feels quieter, or sounds quieter, and it feels more of a premium vehicle compared to 2022. My biggest complaint with 2022 was just simply how outdated the interior looked. That's just not the case anymore. We have the complete updated Civic style air vents. We have a completely brand new 12.3-inch touchscreen. Even the Pilot doesn't get the 12.3-inch touchscreen. So as far as the interior layout, this looks very modern. Driving dynamics feel decently sporty, decently luxurious, and very fuel efficient. So overall, if you're looking for an efficient yet spacious family sedan you need to fit 5 people comfortably, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Accord. And this Sport Touring or Sport Hybrid trim, it's probably the best bang for the buck, unless leather seats are a must. You don't like cloth seats, then I would definitely recommend optioning up to either the Sport L if you like the blacked out 19-inch rims, or the EXL, which has more features than here plus leather seats, but it keeps the
17s, which also allows you to have slightly better ride quality. But overall, anyway, if you're looking for a family sedan, efficient, spacious, and decently good of a performer, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Honda Accord. And big thanks to Jackson at Love Honda in Homosassa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Homosassa, Crystal River, Weeki Wachee area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Jackson, and huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.